Yeah, we are growing massively in the AI Bros podcast. So, episode number 2, I'm joined with Julian. Very quickly, why did we pick the name AI Bros?
Because we needed to get more AI broy, right? Like if you're not an AI bro and you're talking about AI, you get nowhere on YouTube. You're just wasting your time.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. What you doing? You need to be an AI bro. So today we've got 68% of Google searches now end with a single click. So what's your thoughts on this one?
So basically, less and less traffic is going to websites, right?
Yeah,
The
so
majority.
the majority of traffic. But that being said though, what was really interesting, so right now it's 68% of Google searches end in a single click. In 2024 it was 60.5, so it's only an 8.5% which is very interesting because I would have thought that from 2024 until now it's a massive deficit, like it's a massive increase, but it's actually not too crazy.
That's a good point actually. It's like it's not reduced that much.
No.
It's funny though actually because like every single SEO I talk to is not bullish on SEO right now.
I am. The main reason is because I think it's because we're growing brands. I think if say for example, let's say we were primarily doing agency work and we were doing SEO for other people, I think that's a little bit more scary because like there's once you've built a trustworthy and successful brand, you might not need to do as much SEO, but dive into other marketing channels, right? But I think it's very different for guys like you, guys like me that are constantly uploading to our own channel, not really relying on clients.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like for me, actually, without going off on a crazy tangent, one thing that shocked me today was like, they've got the new feature inside Search Console, and you can add like YouTube or Twitter or TikTok or whatever. Mate, I checked mine. We're getting like 3,500 clicks a day just from our YouTube channel.
Oh, so you did actually add your YouTube. I was under the impression that you're kind of scared from Google Search Console.
I was like, do you know what? I'll add it. Like, I don't see I don't see the box that says manual penalties. So I'm like, okay, we'll be alright, hopefully. Let's see. But also what surprised me
Hopefully.
was Twitter. Twitter was like getting, like, all the social media was getting good clicks.
Yeah, so I've noticed. So some people still think that LinkedIn Pulse is dead in the water, but it's actually still ranking for quite a lot. Twitter seems to rank very well. And what was the other? Oh, obviously YouTube. YouTube long form and also shorts and reels like that. I've also noticed Instagram ranking a lot higher in AI overviews as well, which is really interesting. I did see a tweet by Corey, and he said the number one ROI lever any brand can do right now is just having socials, like just uploading frequently to socials because they're ranking so well. So that was quite.
Yeah, it makes total sense.
Here is the tweet of the day. Actually, this might have been on LinkedIn. It was by Charles, and it got my eye. Because he reckons the AI mode is just the beta, and I'm very scared to actually agree with him on this, in the sense that like they're testing certain elements, certain views, certain aspects, and then they're gonna publish or make it like a drastic update over like a 2-year period. So this is what he actually like. I think he's made this using ChatGPT or Claude or something. But this is for the query: how much will I need to retire in Thailand comfortably? And as you can see, like there are very little blue links.
Yeah, where do you even click to a website here?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the one thing which I did see someone comment, and I actually kind of agree with this, is that there's not enough ads. So, like, I could probably see like I don't know 6 ads or something being somewhere on here. He has actually got like sources here, so I'm going to assume that would be the 10 blue links. But I could probably see this being the case. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think it's going that way. Have you played with Google AI mode, Mike?
Google AI mode. Yes, I have. Yeah,
Yeah. Like I know
yeah.
they've released that update right in the US where it can generate the calculator on the spot. So even calculator phrases and stuff like that, you wouldn't click through it. Yeah, it's kind of like an interactive website you create yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why they're doing it. They like the one thing that people don't realize about Google is that obviously they've got the data, right? And if their data shows that people prefer reading and clicking on 10 blue links as opposed to AI mode, I'm sure they would probably go to and revert to the 10 blue links that we all know and love, right? But I've got a feeling their data shows something else. This has been the case since every single Google algorithm update. Like, some people get butthurt about their websites getting penalized and stuff like that, and it's like, I get where you are, and I get like you've worked so hard and stuff, trying to rank that website, but their data probably shows that your website isn't user friendly, or people have got high bounce rate. Like, you need to factor in a lot of these things, because Google doesn't necessarily just do updates for the sake of doing updates. Their core principle is, how can we make search better for the actual user? And as sad as this sounds, like, I do think that these two things that Charles has actually generated, obviously this is just AI, we're speculating here, but I don't think that this is terrible.
Yeah, this looks about right, to be fair. I think just better UI. That would be the difference, right?
Yeah, definitely. What's your thoughts on this? Do you think that like AI mode is going to become like the primary search, like the AI overview / AI mode or something like this? Or do you think that we'll always still see like the 10 blue links?
I think the 10 blue links are eventually going to, like, they're gradually moving further and further down the page, to the point where I think one day I think what they're gradually doing is like switching more and more traffic over to the AI mode they already have, and that'll become like the new normal, to eventually like the point where they'll be like, do you know what, there's no point in having 10 links anymore. They might exist in like a separate tab, like you see.
Sources that had done.
Yeah,
I even here it's go on.
I even saw it with YouTube as well. Like with YouTube, if you watch a video from the Google AI reviews, it shows up in a pop-up window, but you can't actually click on the video. So like
Really?
the links inside the description, you wouldn't go to anymore, because it would just pop up as YouTube, and that would be it.
I see. That's an interesting one. I did remember like a few years back someone saying like, I'm speculating that they're going to remove links from YouTube descriptions. Obviously they've not. But yeah, that's an interesting way of keeping them on the AI ecosystem. So the next story, I feel like there's one of these like every other month nowadays. WordPress is getting hacked faster than it can be patched. I don't know if you saw this. 11. I think it's a little bit more, because these numbers are always less than what they truly are. But 11,334 reported vulnerabilities in 1 year. It's up by 42%. The one thing that I would say, the one thing that I'm rooting for WordPress is, it's not technically WordPress, it's more of the plugin. So 91% of them were WordPress, or 91% plugin hacks, not WordPress hacks. But again, it kind of goes hand in hand. What's your thoughts on WordPress?
I hate logging into it. I'm at the point now where I won't even log into WordPress. I'll just give the access token to my AI agent, and it will go in and post for me. And that probably saves about half an hour of clicking through buttons and clicking off pop-ups and all sorts of crazy stuff. The UI is terrible, right?
Oh man. So as you can see on my desktop there, I've got FileZilla open, right? And I had to manually go in and change like a file yesterday on one website. And I was like, what is this? This is like the Stone Ages that I've logged into. But yeah, like WordPress, I think that if you don't know what you're doing and you're not like a savvy AI guy, you just want something out the box that just works, WordPress is probably good enough. Where people end up messing up and then start blaming WordPress is like, they can get a lot of plugins. A lot of the times the plugins haven't been developed that well. They can get hacked. I've had it multiple times where websites have been hacked. I think the biggest hack that I ever had to resolve was like maybe 4 or 5 years when I had like about 250 websites hacked all in an app. So yeah, I don't think WordPress is dead yet. I just think you need to be very careful how you use it and what plugins and stuff like that you install. But yeah, there is a lot easier ways. Like for example, I've self-hosted a load of websites on Astro on Cloudflare Worker Pay, and they work fine. So yeah. Here's some of the stats. There was, I believe there was multiple attacks and it came down to like every 5 hours there was like a new hack, a new hack, a new hack. So yeah, sites hit by April's supply chain attack, 800,000 websites.
That's crazy. That is crazy. You're pretty you kind of like stuck if you get hacked as well, right? Like, how do you even fix that?
Yeah, like I think if you're watching this and you're worried about something like this, go and set up like daily backups. There's certain like hosting providers that will back your website up every day for like 30 days. So like when it gets to like 31, the first backup gets deleted and the 30th gets stored. So it's almost like it's always got 30 saves or 30 tries in the backup. The issue that I've got with WordPress specifically, Julian, is sometimes you get your website hacked, right? Let's say someone hacked Julian Goldie. What they will not, like if they're a savvy hacker, is they won't actually hack your website the day that they've got access to it. They'll leave it for like 6 months and then they'll do something to it. That's like they kind of know that. A lot of people have backups, so they're trying to stay in your backup, if you get what.
Wow, that's smart.
Yeah.
Dirty world.
Yeah, it is. So then we've got the next story. This was quite an interest. OpenAI's own model broke out and hacked Hugging Face. So it's not a face that hugs people, just so everyone knows. It's like a database basically. So OpenAI's own model hacked its own database basically.
Yeah, did you hear as well? So like Claude, based on this report, Claude went back and checked their instances of testing AI, and they actually found that Claude hacked into 3 other websites as well during their own tests. But there's kind of controversy to this because like some people are saying it's just a marketing stunt, like, oh look, my model is so powerful that it can break out the sandbox, and that's like great marketing for an AI company, especially one that's about to IPO, which both of them will do probably this year or early next year. What's your take? Do you think it's a marketing stunt, or do you think like this is actually...
I've actually never I've never heard of that angle before, but I mean it is a good angle, because like I've heard it loads of times and I'm like, oh wow, that's a really good AI model. Like I think when Fable came out, it was Fable. When Fable came out, they stopped everyone from having access to it. Could that have been a marketing stunt as well? Who knows? And I think you do make a very good point about both the companies IPOing.
Yeah, you know, like on Claude's one that they released today, basically they've done this long report and they're like, Claude broke out, it was during 3 different tests, 3 different models, one of them was a secret model. And then like down the page, halfway through, it says, and by the way guys, we didn't realize this during the tests, but we misconfigured the testing environment so that Claude could access the internet. And it's like, you got one job here, guys. Like, you literally hired a company to help you with the testing.
Yeah, that's not great. Do you know what? I never really read the fine notes of like when a new AI model gets released. I think that's like, I watch you for that. I don't like to read things, so it's good that you're on the call here now. Agentic browser is the same capability pointed at your site. So yeah, this is basically what you were saying as well. Those agents are already hitting your site, logged in or not. And then I think this is where the WordPress kind of happens, or the exploitation, because I think a lot of these models, they know about all the exploits, so they're just like literally going through literally everything, and then they're finding exploits. I think that's probably what's happened with OpenAI as well. It's probably read somewhere, oh, I can exploit Hugging Face by doing XYZ, or I can exploit WordPress by. But yeah,
and there's all these like obliterated models coming out, right? Where they're like local, fine-tuned, and people basically removed all the limits from the local model.
Yeah, I have seen a couple of those, like where it's they call it like jailbroken models, right? Where they've removed like the barriers and it can literally do anything.
It's wild. I've never really tested one. I wouldn't like to have that on my laptop, to be honest. But like,
yeah, no, I wouldn't. It would probably expose my AI girlfriend.
Wow, it's a good job you don't tell anyone on YouTube about it.
Yeah. So this is what you were saying before. Search Console now tracks your Instagram and TikTok. So am I right in saying that it's Instagram, TikTok, X, YouTube, You can't. Can you do Facebook?
No, it's really weird for that. Yeah, it's just like Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube. And then it's really easy to pull in YouTube because it knows what's already connected to your Gmail account,
I see.
which is pretty useful. Yeah.
That's an interesting. So clicks and impressions, actual queries behind them, and you don't need a website at all. Why do you think they've done this?
I think it's because they know social media is working so well, and also I think they want you to claim the entities for these different social media websites, because right now there's no way of validating it, right? It's like someone could either have a fan account of you, or they don't really know what's legit. Like, I can share my screen and I'll show you what it looks like if you want. All right, cool. All right, so you can see my search console here, right? Yeah. So this is the YouTube account, for example, and then you can select what it looks like. So when you add a new property, it looks like this, and then you can select between Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube, or add a new website.
Wow, okay.
And then, yeah, so it's totally changed. And then normally it would take, like, I think it said it would take 48 hours to see, but I've already got the results from like yesterday here. But this is just over 24 hours. So it's super useful to know, because you can like look through these queries and be like, oh, okay, I didn't even know I was ranking for these keywords.
That's really interesting. So one of the biggest issues that I had when starting out a YouTube channel is that there is no keyword tracker that tracks YouTube videos on Google. So
yeah,
this is just such a time saver now.
Yeah, this is the best data I've seen for tracking like social media rankings, for sure. And then it gives you like new keyword ideas. So there's stuff you'll never find on Ahrefs. Like Buzz just came out over the last 7 days. We did a X post about it, and then you can find like new keyword ideas for your content like this. So you're like, oh, okay, well, wow. I'll go after that then. And it's pretty good for that sort of stuff. Like, so you can see my Twitter post is ranking right there for it, but it must be trending pretty well. Quick. Yeah. So
is Buzz a Slack alternative?
Yes. Yeah, it's like AI powered.
I mean, it literally says Buzz Slack alternative, but I just wanted to know like what is this Buzz?
Oh, it's pretty good. Like, you should check. It's pretty cool. It's like So what you can do is I might still have it connected. Let me have a look here. See if I still got it installed. Right, okay. You want me to show you what it looks like?
Yeah, go on.
All right. It's pretty cool. So this just came out from Jack Dorsey, and it's like open source. You know how expensive Slack is? Like, we literally stopped using it because it was way too expensive. And then we got...
Is it like $25 per seat?
Yeah, and it's like, it literally adds up to thousands. Like, especially if you've got an army of VAs, it costs more than the time actually, they might work for you, And whereas Discord is free. So
yeah,
this setup is literally Slack. And then what I tried doing was creating like different channels for workflows that we do. So like, for example, we got this section for YouTube thumbnails, and we're like, hey, Fizz, which is one of the agent's names, show me create some thumbnails for this. And then it replies, and it's using your Claude code or your codex, so you can plug it straight in. And then it brings in all the custom workflows you've got already. So like, if you've already trained Claude, for example, how to do something, then it already knows how to do that, and it can just do it in like a nice visual way, which is way nicer than using, for example, you look at Claude Desktop. This is nowhere near as nice as using it for like Buzz.
Brilliant. Yeah, that actually looks like I've logged into Slack maybe twice in the past like 6 years. And this reminds me of Slack.
It's that's what usually feels like they ripped them off.
That looks quite cool. And you said it's free as well.
Yeah. I don't know whether they're planning to like charge for it, but they've already released it on GitHub, which means like it's already open source. You can already get access to it. I do think like the only thing that's going to stop people from using it is it's just another tab, right? It's like you already got Claude, you already got ChatGPT somewhere. Now you've got Buzz. It's like, how many people are actually going to switch to it, especially if they've got the whole team on Slack already. But it's a really cool idea. Mate, check this one out, for example.
I think for something like that, they need to have like a... Go on. I was going to say, I think if they're going to try and get people over from Slack, I don't know if you've seen it, like Claude has like an import from ChatGPT button where it just imports everything. If they could do something like that where it just mass imports everything, sends out all the invites to all the team members, sets up all the channel, and boom, one click, you're done. If you've got something like that, then I could see it potentially taking over.
That would be pretty good. One thing I also tried is like, you see this one where I'm like, based on what you know about me, come up with some new SEO keywords. And then it came up with keywords based on what it's been custom trained on from Google Search Console. So it like looked at our live Google Search Console data and then pulled in the keywords, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's very smart. Right, let's go to the next topic. So, LLMs.txt. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I always thought this was like such a waste of time. I actually heard that you can't really block Google from crawling your site, like for LLMs.
For LLMs, yeah. I've been doing some testing, and you know, yesterday we were talking about like you can tell Cloud, or right now currently Cloudflare by default blocks AI crawlers. I
Yeah,
realized
yeah.
that even though I had a few websites yesterday I went and checked through. Even though that they were disabled, they were still getting cited in AI over, which was a bit interesting.
Do you think that's because it's still in the old training data?
It was a brand new website, so I don't know what's happened. I'm probably going to need to do a bit of digging on that. But yeah, it was like a domain that I'd registered like last month. Yeah, I think it was like last month before the conference. Set up a website, ranks like number 1 or 2, for example, keyword, and then it was also in the AI overview as well. Even though on Cloudflare it specifically said don't allow AIs to use my data for training. So I don't know. The one thing that I could potentially think is if, for example, maybe Google uses the same crawler for the 10 blue links that it does for the AI, but I could have swore somebody says they use 2 different crawlers for that. So who knows? So the next one is a hot topic. Anthropic going public, valued above OpenAI, 965 billion.
Crazy.
OpenAI's last valuation was 800. What's your thoughts on Claude? The Claude versus OpenAI race battle.
I feel like, I mean, if you look at what's out right now, if you look at the trends over the last year, it's like Claude Code, definitely the nicer harness for agents, and then Fable 5, definitely the best model out there. Even though Codex Soul is kind of up there, it's just, I feel like Fable 5 is by far the best to code with. And then I guess the big thing for them is like OpenAI is just like burning through cash, bringing on loads of free users and getting all these people who don't actually pay. Whereas, for example, Claude, a lot of people use ChatGPT instead of Claude, but the people paying, or the people that have grown their business the most are enterprise customers. It's like they're working with those Fortune 500, right?
I was very surprised. So I was going back and forth in a group yesterday. Let me just pull up the number. This is from Jay, by the way. From what's the AI rank tracker that he's got?
Radar Kit, right?
Yeah, Radar Kit guy. So he told me, which I actually didn't know. ChatGPT has 900 million users, and the amount of paying users is like 5% of that, which is crazy because I would have thought it's a lot more.
Yeah, imagine you have all these customers using up all your resources and 95% of them don't even pay. It's like, so expensive.
It's do you know what I think Claude does a lot of a better two things that Claude does a way better job, right? The entire ecosystem is a lot nicer. So like Claude Cowork, Claude Code, Claude Chat, they all kind of like coexist in as one, which I almost feel like it's like the whole Apple versus Windows PC, right? Like for example, you can be viewing something on your iPhone, you can send it easily, or you can take a note of it on your Apple Notes and it goes to your laptop. So I think Claude's almost like that, and then OpenAI is almost like the Windows of the AIs, where it's like it's good, don't get me wrong, but it's just there's just no ecosystem, there's no fluency there. And then the second one you're gonna. Yeah, go on.
They had so many side hustles, right? Like, they were the most shiny object syndrome company in AI. Like, doing videos, doing images. They got ChatGPT, they got Codex. Like, they were literally trying to do everything at once. Sora.
Yeah, Sora was another one. What was the browser that they had?
Atlas, right? ChatGPT Atlas.
Browser. You still use Atlas, don't you?
No. I'm not touching. I mean, it's one of those, isn't it? But now they've kind of condensed everything into one app, but it's like,
was it? Be honest. Did you do a video on Atlas on YouTube and then like literally never touch it ever again? Was it one of those?
The same with Perplexity. It was one of those with Perplexity is insane. Do the video, get it out, and then never use it again.
I think I've loaded up Perplexity like 4 times, and that was for like videos. And do you know what? Perplexity is actually good. Atlas, on the other hand, was terrible. I remember doing that video, and I'm like, I can't publish it. I ended up publishing it because people were like, "What's this atlas? What's this atlas?" But it was terrible. Like, do not recommend it at all.
There's so many things like that, right?
The other thing, yeah, so many tools. That's going to be a topic in tomorrow's episode. Anthropic, another thing that they do. I don't even think it's them doing it, but they've got like a weird community where it's like all the Claude maxing users, like, oh, let's work and do Claude maxing, or like let's all jump on Claude for like 10 hours and vibe code our life away. I feel like they've got that community aspect about, whereas I don't see anyone talking about chat.
Mate, you're so right. Like, if you look at Skool, you look at if you actually go on Discovery and you look at what's trending on Skool right now, Claude Code Club. It's like,
really?
There's no Codex Club. Someone might have created Codex. I might create Codex Club just for a laugh, to see if it pops off. But like, Claude Code Club is right at the top. You see that? Top 3.
Yeah, the Claude. So my issue with groups like this, right, is what happens like if Claude was to just like die out? Like, would they change it to the Codex Club?
I don't know. The other thing I wonder is, like, you've got someone's brand name in your company name. How long before Claude shuts that down?
I mean, they done that with what was the Claw, Open Claw?
Yes, yeah, they did Clawbot, right? And that was like CLAWD, not even the full Claude.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on that. Do you know what though? Everything that's AI, like even though these guys are talking about AI video bootcamp, right? The colors just remind me of Claude. Same with this, like build an AI agent. This just reminds me of Claude. Actually, he's got the Claude. No, that's not the Claude.
That is kind of like a little Claude bot, right? Like that's kind of like the
that's why I thought it was Claude. So
Mate, like even the cover picture has the logo inside. I feel like that.
I'm not too keen on that.
You gotta be careful with that.
Not keen on that.
Yeah.
Like tech. Let's go to tech. Well, I mean, he's got it there.
Jesse Cunningham. He's another fellow SEO, isn't he? Mate, there's loads of stuff popping off as AISEO, isn't there, in school?
Yeah, I have noticed that. Like, for example, you do a bit of AISEO, I do a bit of AISEO. Jesse Cunningham does a bit of I think he solely does AISEO. Trying to think who else does. I'm sure we can actually just search. Caleb, Jesse Cunningham.
He's doing really well.
I know this guy, but he's gonna hate me because I don't. I've literally spoken to him on Facebook. Got his name. Herrick Magnus, that's the one.
Yeah.
No, that's Herrick. Nico.
Nico was one of the first guys to get into AISEO, I think.
Yeah, he's been smashing it. I think it's a good funnel for anyone starting out a YouTube channel to get people into a school group. I've seen these guys as well.
I think it's the most simple but effective strategy you can have right now. It's just like get traffic into school. That's literally it. And basically, I think if you look at the whole system, it's kind of like, well, everyone's an affiliate for school. Everyone's driving traffic and new customers into school, which is growing the whole platform like crazy.
I mean, I've told you before, it's almost like male version of Only, where you just pump out content. Some people will hate you, some people will really like you and then subscribe.
Yeah,
what's your thoughts on that? Male OnlyFans equivalent.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of. I mean, to be fair, if you look at like the top 5, top 10 on Skool, there's not many women in there. There's like, it might be YM Baby. I think she's like the only one.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, she said the same. Like, literally, you're paying for proximity. So if you look at, for example, she literally won't answer any messages on Instagram. She's just like, if you want to speak to me, you gotta buy the Skool.
Wow. That's right. Okay. How much is her Skool?
I think she keeps increasing the price. I don't know what it is right now. Maybe like $100 a month, something like that.
Right. Yeah. That the leaderboards. Am I able to show the leaderboards? That's not like a hidden thing or anything, right?
I assume it's okay.
We'll do a check. We'll probably show it tomorrow. But like the top ranking guy is Blue Collar Biz Accelerator, which is like ridiculous because it's not like a sexy industry. It's not like AI. It's not like video creation or anything like that. It's literally just Blue Collar Business Accelerator, which I suppose it makes sense, right?
I feel like this is the point where Skool is popping off now, and like if you create even whatever you do, you can create a community around it. Like apparently, YM Baby, she was saying, because I was listening to her interview inside the Platinum group on Skool, and they were basically saying like they're such big advocates for Skool. Even when her boyfriend went to the gym to train boxing, He was like, get on Skool, guys, get on Skool. And they created a community. So it feels like you can create a community about almost anything. Like some of the trending Skool groups, for example, color painting or color grading and stuff like that. Yeah, anything niche does really well, actually. It's like a tribe, isn't it? And as humans, we're super tribal.
Yeah, that's this I can show. I'll just go back to the trend, and I'm just not sure if I don't know if like the leaderboards was like an inner club thing. I don't know. I don't want Alex Hormozy knocking on my door. But like so this is the trend in here, right? You've got like this here, which is like for university organization. Yeah.
And how much is it? Like $9. I've seen these low ticket ones do really well. Like $9,
so this is $2 a
month.
That's the cheapest school group I have ever seen in my life. Then you've got how to sell digital products, easy side hustle for over 50 people that want to do a side hustle with 5k a month, which is like, again, very similar to what you're saying, very niche. 286 members. Making jewelry with silver clay. Like, making jewelry is niche, but making jewelry with silver clay is ultra niche. Yeah, I can see what you're saying. Like, these are all very niche communities. Did you see the guy that done a GTA group?
Yeah, he crushed. This guy absolutely dominated. Wow.
What was his group? GTA
and it's not even out
Academy.
Yet, right?
This is the guy. Yeah, mate. This was like, so I believe, correct me if I'm wrong here, he wanted to get to like $9,000 or $5,000 a month, and he literally like done it in like 11 days.
And they asked him how he did it, and he was just like, I just implemented everything you said. Like, you know, from the Skool News channel.
Yeah, I mean, this is the state of digital marketing online now. Like, I remember like people used to grind out like 6 months, 12 months just to get to like £1,000 or £2,000. But it just goes to show you, like, if you are knowledgeable in any type of industry, you can actually make really good. As you can see, so many people have tried copying them as well.
Like, imagine your job is just to play GTA all day. Like.
I mean, it's not
that's the world
job.
we live in. It's crazy. It's a pretty good job, yeah. Like that's a good life. Imagine you could play online with your AI girlfriend. Like, that would be fantastic.
That's. Do you know what? We're laughing about that now, but I reckon that'll be the norm in like 1 or 2 years' time.
Yeah, you were just an early adopter, mate. No, I'm just kidding. For anyone watching, Casper doesn't have an AI girlfriend. Let's clear that up.
By the way, just for few people, because I was on Craig's podcast the other week, and people were saying, "Oh, yeah, Kaz has got an AI wife. I don't have an AI wife. I am actually now married." But yeah, that concludes episode number 2. We did go a little bit longer than usual. Any closing points, Julian?
That's it for me. If you wanna, we've included a couple of links inside the description, I think. But yeah, make sure you subscribe. This is fun. This is way more fun than creating videos about how to rank number 1 on Google.
Oh, 1,000,000%. But yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you tomorrow.